Welcome back, everyone. It's June 1st, 2020. I'm Jerry Hall, and here's the view from Costa Rica. I've decided to name this video Trash or Treasure, TA for cryptocurrency. Now, I'm going to get to that in just a second. I got to take a peek at the market and see what we got going on. Kind of a same old kind of situation. I decided to make this video today because I had watched a video on YouTube by a TA guy, and I've seen a bunch over the last couple of years, and I will tell you, it's kind of like the XRP. It's a tale of two totally different things with one label, right? Technical analysis. And one of the things I find really interesting, and I want to get into a couple of these terms so that I can help really better paint this picture. So let me just do that. Correlation, the process of establishing a relationship or connection between two or more measures. Very speculative in nature. Causation, the action of causing something. Now, this term I think is really important. Variables, quantities, which during a calculation is assumed to vary or be capable of varying in value. Now, I bring those terms up because there's really two commonly applied uses of technical analysis. One is to get a historic perspective, and I think TA is excellent for getting an historic perspective. Forecasting future outcomes in crypto, not so good. Now, I ask myself, why are some of these chartists in the traditional legacy market so darn good at forecasting outcomes? And why in crypto is it so all over the board? Well, there's two major factors that come into play here, in my opinion, and that is, one, the crypto market is so small and so new that, believe it or not, a couple of people can drastically affect the retail market price of a crypto on any given day. Not so much in the equity markets. And the reason being is because there is so much money dispersed over so many areas in the legacy equity markets that any one person or two people don't necessarily have an effect. Not to mention the variables that have come into play over the last 12 years or so, where an outside of the market force, i.e. the Fed, the Treasury, etc., have injected so much liquidity, so much capital into that environment. And we all know, with that money, entities have decided to use that money, instead of putting it towards, let's say, R&D and things of that nature. They've decided to buy back their stock, reducing the supply of their stock in the market, therefore causing their stock price to go up. Let's go take a peek here at the XRP chart. Now, this has relevance to me because what it shows me, since 2017 that this chart is showing, there's only been several real moves in the market to the upside. Everything else is kind of stagnant or trending down. Now, this chart here, this chart is the XRP market. It dates all the way back to 2013. This is a snapshot from a blockchain backer video. And why I appreciate it, twofold. One, he highlighted in blue on the chart the major upswings, which if you count them, there are only 5, with a 6th minor swing September of 2018. And I happen to remember that day very well. But I digress. This chart is going to be revisited in the next video I make for a very specific person, for a very specific purpose. But I wanted to bring it into this video just to show you that for the most part, we got a very, very young nascent market, and it's hard to apply these tools to forecasting. I take you here to the Amazon chart. This dates back all the way to 1998. And you can see that for years, 14 to be specific, if you look from 1998 to 2012, that there was a lot of nothing burger going on for Amazon for many years as it was building its base. Amazon, revolutionary company, the absolute disruptor as it pertains to retail acquisition of goods by the common day consumer. But you can see as it began to really get its market share, so to speak, and expand its services to the world, the introduction of AWS, the acquisition of other properties such as Whole Foods, things of that nature, it really began to increase in value in the open marketplace, i.e. the stock market. I draw a lot of lines to the way Amazon has built its business and what I see Ripple and how they're building their business. And to look at this historic perspective of Amazon helps me forecast a trajectory for Ripple going forward. A lot of us are caught up in that, well, geez, at the end of 2017, this thing absolutely blew the roof off of it. The entire crypto market went crazy. I'm in the camp that I don't know if we'll ever see that again. I'm in the camp that believes most likely that value will be built over time, as we see here on the Amazon chart. Now, there are some variables that come into play that I have not been able to absolutely wrap my mind around. I don't know if anybody has. What effects will the Ripple IPO have? What effects would an entity like the World Bank or the IMF, having it proven that they have allocation to the escrow, what effect will say, Charles Schwab, a TD Ameritrade, and E-Trade being easy access points for the greater US market to acquire digital assets without having to custody themselves on a nano or some confusing, difficult, risky hard wallet. When I say risky, what I mean by that is, for the common person that hasn't been in this space for a long time, the idea of getting into digital assets and all of the steps to secure it and keep them safe are very risky to them. If you have not had to deal with or live in this environment, dealing with private keys and the entire issue that you can lose all your crypto by having a wrong letter or a wrong number in the wrong place, that's a scary proposition to a lot of folks. Most of these entities that you deal with in the crypto space only have chat customer service or email customer service. There's no phone you can call and talk to. And a lot of folks, especially folks over 40, They want that. They want to be able to talk to somebody and work through whatever issue they're having. Doesn't matter if it's an issue with a destination tag, a trade not going through, crypto not showing up. Anyway, I digress. Let me keep moving forward with the topic at hand. Is TA trash or treasure? I brought up this Amazon chart because, we all know Amazon's a winner. They're an absolute winner. Well, I went and looked for some losers. And immediately I thought, well, what company is still around today that was around back when Amazon had started their run? So I wanted to take a look at the same type of chart for Yahoo going back around 1998. And I was surprised to find there is no such thing. It appears, now I could be wrong, I didn't spend hours on this, but it appears that there is no longer a Yahoo US being publicly traded. There is a Yahoo Japan, and they have a history dating back to 2013. I find that interesting. Did Yahoo US die? Did they somehow go back to being a private company? I don't know. Further research will give me those answers. But the point is, folks, that I wanted to bring up that correlation is fine. Drawing connecting dots is fine, but it doesn't substantiate truth. The only truth we have as it applies to technical analysis is the historic perspective, looking at the past. Everything looking forward is a guess, an educated guess in some cases, an absolute dart being thrown at the wall in others. So take all this stuff with a grain of salt. I hope this brought some new perspective for you. I know that just even the thought of it did for me. Understanding the terms in this milieu are important for me understanding what message people are trying to convey. That's enough for me, folks. From Pura, I did it again. From Costa Rica, Pura Vida.